Hello guys, and welcome to the techENT download. Now, if you're not a Malaysian and you're looking at this, you're not in Malaysia and you're looking at this, you'd be wondering what is the problem here? Why are we in a car rather than our own studio, and I should put all my phones on silent and vibrate? Well, if you are in Malaysia, you would know why. If you're not Malaysian and you're not in Malaysia, the problem is the Malaysian government has already issued a movement control order or a restricted movement order, or in other words, lockdown. And we're all stuck at home until the 31st of March. So we have to do this rudimentary make do recording in the car like this. Of course, I still have to remain professional, so I have that mic, the lapel mic there. So yeah, that's the first thing that we wanted to talk about. Actually, the lockdown. People call it the lockdown, some people call it movement control order, some people call it restricted movement order. And it was effective 18th March, which was Wednesday. So we had to bring all our equipment home, all our stuff home. We'll have to all work from home. We can't even go out. We can go out to buy groceries, but it's only one person per car. So there's no one in the car with me right now. So I'm not breaking any laws, but I'm actually at home. The reason why I'm doing this recording here is because my home's a bit noisy. So it'll be a little bit different for this techENT download. Now, this is the techENT download for the week of 16th of March 2020, which is also the third week of March 2020. Don't know why I said the year, but maybe it's for the grandkids that I don't have in the future. Now, the first thing that happened this week was the Oppo Find X2 Pro is finally available in Malaysia for 4,599 ringgit, but it's only available online for 4,599. Now, the reason for that is quite obvious. We're all on lockdown. There's no shops that are open, and the Oppo Find X2 Pro is Oppo's true flagship. It's also 5G ready, of course, and it comes with a Qualcomm Snapdragon 865, which is the same as the Oppo Find X2, the regular one, and it also has 65 watt Super VOOC charging. The battery is slightly bigger at 4,260 milliamp hour, and it also has a 6.7 inch O1 Ultra Vision display, which displays at QHD Plus and refreshes at 120 Hz. It's got a sampling rate of 240 Hz, which is also the same as the Oppo Find X. The biggest difference is in its camera. 48 megapixels main camera, same, and 48 megapixels ultra wide lens, which is a big upgrade compared to the Oppo Find X2, the regular one. The HUAWEI Mate XS is also now available in Malaysia. It is selling for 1,000, not 1,000, it's selling for 11,111 ringgit, no 11 cents. That will make it 11,111.00. It's selling now for in Malaysia for 11,111 ringgit. So you can choose to buy it online and pick it up at the nearest store or your favorite store if they're open, but they're not open until the 1st of April 2020. So that's a big problem, and I prefer if they just deliver it to you, and they will deliver it to you because you spend 11,111 ringgit in their store, more than 10,000. They should treat you like a VIP, and they would be treating you like a VIP. We have the article ready, so just keep reading that and visit our website. The HUAWEI Mate XS is a foldable device from Huawei. It's a very highly anticipated foldable device. It's powered by the high silicon Kirin 990, which is also 5G ready, making the smartphone also 5G ready. It's only got 8 gigs of RAM though, compared to the Find X2's earlier 12 gigs of RAM, but it's got 512 gigabit of storage space, which is quite a lot. At the back, you will find a 40 megapixel main camera backed up by 3 extra cameras behind. There's the telephoto lens, there's the ultra wide lens, and there's also a time of flight lens for some reason. It's probably for better bokehs. The biggest attraction of this device is its 8-inch display, which folds down to 6-inch. So it's a single display. There's no 2-3 different displays for you to work with. It's just a single display that folds away from 8 to 6-inch, which is a very interesting approach, because you're folding the screen away and you still have the screen at the back instead of closing the screen up. So both screens are still usable in some way. The other foldable smartphone that just launched in Malaysia is the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip. The Z Flip is Samsung's very new foldable smartphone to complement the Samsung Galaxy Fold that was launched last year. The Samsung Galaxy Flip is powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 855 Plus SoC. It's not the latest and most powerful SoC that you can find in the market, but the 855 Plus is a gaming class SoC, which also makes the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip a very powerful phone still. It's got 8GB of RAM, 256GB of storage. In its small body, it's only got 3300 mAh battery, which should be enough to last you a day if you don't keep using the 6.7-inch display, the Super AMOLED display inside the phone. Oh, it's glass, by the way, and Jerry Rigs Everything has did a teardown and they found glass in the phone itself, but it's underneath the protective layer, a foldable layer, if you like, you know, to protect the glass. Out the back, or you know, when you close it, the front is dual 12 megapixel cameras. One is a main camera and the other one is an ultra wide lens, you know, and there's another camera inside as well, which is the 10 megapixel. It's a proper selfie camera, but you still can use the 12 megapixel camera for selfies, because there is a small 1-inch display outside the phone for notifications and whatnot. We have a hands-on on both the Samsung Galaxy Z Flip and the Mate XS, so you can check that out. The Oppo Find X2 Pro's hands-on will be coming up. We will come up with a first impression of that too. Another smartphone brand that launched something was Nokia. Well, to be specific, HMD. They released the Nokia 8.3 flagship, which is not powered by a Snapdragon 800 series, but it's powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon 765G modular SoC. That is also a 5G ready SoC, which also means that the Nokia 8.3 is a 5G ready smartphone, although they skipped the 8.2, so they might not know how to count. But then again, the Samsung actually skipped the number 11 to 19. They also released the Nokia 5.3, which is a mid-range device powered by a Qualcomm Snapdragon 655. And that phone should be priced below 1,000 ringgit when it arrives in Malaysia. Oh, the Nokia 8.3 will be priced at below 3,000 ringgit, which is technically the cheapest 5G ready smartphone you can find in Malaysia if it launches in Malaysia, when it launches in Malaysia. They also released the Nokia 1.3, an entry-level smartphone with Android Go. That one, if it launched in Malaysia, it will be priced under 500 ringgit. Very cheap. If you want a secondary phone, maybe you can consider that. The biggest thing in the announcement though was them reviving phones. Usually, last year they did that flip phone. This year they're reviving the Express Music with the 5310 smartphone. Not smartphone actually, a candy bar feature phone. It's got the keypad, which will be my biggest obsession by the way, and not much else really. The most exciting news over the week was, actually to me, was the Sony PlayStation 5 specs reveal. They call it the road to PS5. And from the reveal itself, we know that it's going to be powered by the same sort of thing the Xbox Series X will be powered by. It's powered by an AMD Ryzen Zen 2 processor, CPU, and a Radeon RDNA 2 GPU as well. But both of them are clocked below the Xbox Elite's clock speed, which also makes it a little less powerful than the Xbox. We actually suspect cooling issues, but we'll see when it arrives. We also suspect that they might be planning to release a PlayStation 5 Pro, like the PlayStation 4 and the PlayStation 4 Pro. We also hear that they are going to have backwards compatibility with the PlayStation 4 Pro and the PlayStation 4 titles, which is really great. But an extra thing that they have is something called the Tempest audio engine. It's a GPU-based audio processing unit that is supposed to give us 3D audio on almost any platform, or basically what they want to do is on any platform. They use the APU to basically measure or map out something called HRTF. That stands for, let me see, head related transfer function, whatever that means. But that also means that 3D audio for every platform and on any platform, which is really, really good. I'm looking forward to that at the end of 2020. That's what they say. There are no prices revealed just yet, although a lot of people are speculating that it's about $500 and there is no design renders just yet. There's no first look in the event just yet. They're keeping the renders very, very tight to their chest. There are some renders already, but we don't know for sure whether that's true. Now that is all the time we have for the techENT download today. Don't forget to click like and subscribe and hit that notification bell button so that you'll be the first to know whenever there's a new release. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms. We are on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram, and we are techENT TV across the channel. Of course, we just started a new podcast, if you haven't known yet. This week, it's episode 5 with Jason Goh. We were talking about a lot of things, a lot of interesting things. And tomorrow, we are going to try something different because we're all stuck at home. And we're going to stream it live on YouTube, on Facebook, and maybe even Twitch. So look out for that. At 11 AM, we're going to have Jeremy Teo and Natasha. You'll get to know her tomorrow. We're going to be talking about the lockdown and probably the PlayStation 5. Now that's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching and see you next week maybe.